deal to be done, but trade deals always take time. They need to work for both countries, and although we've made enormous progress, there is still hard work to go, and that's what we need to keep going through. The G20 is not the forum for those discussions. Of course, I will touch on that with Prime Minister Modi, but the teams are working very hard. But as I said, there's hard work to go, but we will keep working through it. But I think there is an enormous opportunity for both India and the UK to strengthen our economic cooperation, which will bring real benefits to our citizens in both countries.
Can you tell us something about your equation with Prime Minister Modi? The person you have met him a couple of times now.
Yes, and I have enormous respect for Modi ji, and he's been personally very warm and kind to me, and we're working very hard, as I said, on our shared ambition of concluding an ambitious and comprehensive trade deal between India and the UK, because both of us think that would be a good thing, and both of us need to make sure it works for our two countries. And at forums like this, I'm very keen to support Prime Minister Modi in making sure that this G20 is an enormous success for India, which I know it will be, and this has been a great year for India more generally.
Sir, another question. A lot of Indian community lives in your country there, and we have seen some ugly scenes of Khalistani protests, separatist protests. How do you secure Indian interests there? Because this is a big, huge issue between the two countries.
Yeah, it's a really important question, and let me just say unequivocally that no form of extremism or violence like that is acceptable in the UK, and that's why we are working very closely with the Indian government to particularly tackle PKE, pro-Khalistan extremism. I don't think it's right. Our security minister recently was just in India talking to his counterparts. We have working groups together to share intelligence and information so that we can root out this kind of violent extremism. It's not right, and I won't tolerate it in the UK.
Sir, how do you look at India's position on Russia and Ukraine?
Well, it's not for me to tell India what positions to take on international issues, but I know India rightly cares about the international rule of law, the UN Charter, and respect for territorial integrity. I think those are things that are universal values that we all share. Those are things that I believe, and India, I know, believes in those things too.
Sir, you have defined India-UK relations as a defining of our times. And what is the roadmap of 2030? Can you give us some broad sense of the bilateral relation there?
Yeah, well, I think the bilateral relationship is in good health, and Prime Minister Modi and I are keen to deepen and broaden our relationship. The FTA is an obvious way for us to do that, which is why it remains our priority. And as I said, hard work to go, but I hope we can conclude a successful FTA. I think we can strengthen our security relationship as well. That's something that I've spoken to the Prime Minister about. And then something I'm particularly excited about is increasing the collaboration between our incredible researchers, our scientific community, our universities. The UK and India are two of the leading science technology superpowers of the world, and I think if we work more closely together, we can create jobs, create new businesses, and help solve some of the world's most pressing problems.
My last question to you. You talked about your roots in India. People also there's much talk about your roots. You are connected to Hinduism, and you wear these rolis in your hands. Tell us something about it.
Yeah, so I'm a proud Hindu, and that's how I was raised. That's how I am. Hopefully I can visit a mandir while I'm here for the next couple of days. And yes, we've just had Raksha Bandhan, so from my sister and my cousins, I have all my Rakis. And I didn't have time to celebrate Janmashtami properly the other day, but hopefully, as I said, I can make up for that if we visit a mandir this time. But it's something that is important to me. I think faith is something that helps everybody who has faith in their lives, particularly when you have these stressful jobs like I do. Having faith to give you resilience, to give you strength is important, and it provides an outlook on life which I find particularly valuable.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for answering all our questions. Thank you so much.
Great pleasure.
Thank you.